You've played pinball before, so you're off the bands, right? So just because Creamy Rican is just liked the video and just made me see something a little bit deeper, that inside 1.67, which is half, okay, in the turnstile of 23.5, which is half, okay. What I wanted to mention here is that when I mentioned that 1007 is 4 less than Mercury, really the 0 equals 6, so it's now 64 is the number to get to. So 167 is 64 missing from phi. That 64 is the east-west rotation of DC, which is, according to Levet, marks the E across the plane. And don't forget, when you mark an E across the plane, you mark, where's the river? Oh, the river's over here. No, that's the center valley of the river. The river's in between here and here. When you have 3 lines, you have 1 in between. Okay, so 1.67 of phi is actually 23.5, which is 47 cycle of the moon of the gateway. These are all gateways and tunnels, and you know, it's Dr. Mario all over again. And this whole entire world, this whole aspect of all the numbers, okay, are numbers. Where do they fit? Where do they come from? How are they created? They're created from the art from the science of the relationship of what surrounds you. I hold the organs, and the only organ I beat is the mouth, and you hear from me. 107 is like 167. 107 is B and E, breaking and entering. The B family, B, E, C, E, D, E, the first E family. But when you go backwards and go Z or Z, okay, and then you go Y, so E and I are right next to each other when you come from the end back to the beginning. So when you go Z, Y, and X, you automatically have E after, I after, and E before because it comes in EX. So it's E, then space, okay, then the I is the total space from 2 sides. It's a separation because the letter sound in Y, okay, is now showing above, below, and beside. Prime is exactly what it says. It is one of, a part of, a connected suits of many, or many areas of the same center number, just like one. One square in between all the other squares, or just one square. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, surpassing the year 5775, going on to, in a month from now, 5777, which is 5333. That is the year of the in-between of wherever love joy is. 777, the gateway, and that's in Egypt. It's in the Middle East. It runs around near Turkey, because Turkey is 3 X's. Everything about Turkey, if you look at the map, Turkey is the head of a big dog. That big dog is Saudi Arabia, Egypt. If you take a look, he's wearing a robe. The same robes they wear out there is being worn in the map. This entire place that we live on is an art house, let alone an outhouse. Connecting islands balanced? If you can't see outside the bubble, then you have no idea what's outside the bubble. The 93 million miles away from the sun? Let's start in between Fibonacci, where we get to 50, Fibonacci, okay, where we get to 89. That 89 is a combination of 55 and 34, okay? That 34 is DC, that 55 is electric company, because those are the numbers. So when you connect that 34, it'll create the 2 sides of the color yellow, because if it's in pool. When you connect the 55, you have electric company. You connected a 10, which is a 16, which is directly in the middle of the half-life. It's a passage on the star. The star is the cross. You can't see my face, and you could see my face. The skull bones with the head in between. Look, one arm is in front of the other arm. None of my arms are broken, but if I break off this arm, then the other arm comes from another world, directed from another world, an inside flux from another world. I have a welding rod here and I have the steel here. I transfer the weld onto these 2, making these 2 to work. This no longer needs the welding rod. I have put it somewhere else. Have you ever seen this Christmas tree? See this? It's a musical note. See this? It's a musical note. How we crisscross around the gematria scale. How we have to understand where 1 is. Where 1 red and 1 yellow, where red 3 and yellow 6. These are the horses. These are equations run by the horses. G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Understanding, I don't like that I put A over here, because I think this should all be the singularity of G, 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 7 times G, 49, 7 times G, 49, and 98 is the combination of boxing out this area over here. This is a 6 area, 36, 36, 36, 36, 36, 36, 36. When we run this area here, this runs in 49 and 36. That's your matrix 85. Although it's out of order. Putting it together, understanding where it comes from, is the total order. It's actually 616 creating your 49, creating the same thing you have on the dice cube. Over here where the 1 is separated from the 6. CB communication, CB communication, CB communication. That's creating 65, the same number from Mars. What a hoax! What a great world! Once you know the truth about this world, my greatest fear was losing my mind after death and never being around and never counting for anything I did ever for the period of time that I lived. So all I wanted to do was live. But now all I want to do is share and live. I don't want to be here 24 hours a day doing videos. Like, where is Mr. Tackpan today? How come he's not here? He made a few bucks, now he's screwed off. He's somewhere else on a beach lying down taking the sun. 10 years? What's 10 years if you live forever? What's 10 years? What's a period of time? He didn't do much. 10 years, big deal. 30 years driving truck, big deal. I had a good time in between those years. Little hard work, little hard work, little hard work. Some for the enjoyment only for getting out for me, and some sharing it all so everybody else gets the same element of liberty. There's enough people in this world to go to work that do not have a job, and there's so many people that are working too many hours overtime that have no time for their kids. It doesn't make any sense at all, especially for the people who want to get out of the house. They want to go into a job and have a feeling of success helping other people. Understanding these numbers and learning relationships. Understanding. I don't whine. 3 boxes inside of Y. The reality of this Y, okay, is that this line will create the N on this side of the Y. You now have the N. On this side of the Y, you now have the Z. N and Z. To the left is 14, the AD, DNA, Sun System, IT System of the Sun. And here you have the transmission, 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 equals to 12. Remember, we meet at this juncture over here, coming in from Z on the bottom, unless I turn the whole thing over this way. Now it just looks like a T system. I got a heart that's upside down, and all the numbers switch. Look where the point of my paper is. What if I draw it differently? What if I was in between and cutting the boxes halfway? 60 and 80. You would think, oh my God, 6 and 8, what is that? No, but the French language stipulates in the French language, right? They tell me 60 and 17. They tell me 60 and 18. They tell me 60 and 19. That would be 77, 78, 79. But what if I minused it? That would be in between 41 and 79, which is a total of 38. This would be in between 42 and 78 would be a total of 36. This would be in between a total of, I lost the 4, in between 43 and 17. That'd be a total of 44. Excuse me, in between a total of 43 and 77. 43, 53, 63, 73. That'd be a total of 44. 44 space. The other one, excuse me, 34 space. 34 and 43 is 34 space. Okay, this one is 36 space and 36. 34, 36, 38. 34, 7, 36, 9, 38, 11. 7, 9, 11. The Twin Towers went down. 5, 6, 7 is the expression. So, from 41, this goes to 79, right? 60 plus 19 is 79. Let's do this. 40 minus the 7 is 3, right? 9 minus the 1 is 8, 3 and 8. 1 plus 9 is 0, is 1, is 7. 4 plus 7 is 2 and 7. BC creation in 79. 2 plus the 9 is 11, becomes 2. Plus the 7 becomes 2, 22. 3 plus the 7 is 1, becomes 7. 4 plus the 7 becomes 2, becomes 27. 2 plus the 8 becomes 1, becomes 7. 4 plus the 7 becomes 2. 2 and 7, 2 and 7, 2 and 7. 27 BC creation. It becomes 2 and 3. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 69 rotation. It's all, I just can't even express it. From inches to feet. 12 inches, 1 foot. 6 foot man, 72 inches, 72 parts of the clock. So the standing part of the clock is from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and man turns around. You see that sign, man turning around? That's his first part of 72. Now you need the donut around man. You need the in-between. First you have the around man. Now you need the donut in-between man, the bone. The bone is the in-between. And then the outside of the bone. You need 144 around 72. Because 72 is you. Turn this way or this way. Okay? Then you need the inside of the bone. It's the donut. It's exactly the donut. I'm going to try and show you this. Right? The dot becomes 6 man equals to number 72. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7. Okay? And 5 times 27 is the reverse of the alphabet. This section over here is 1440. This section over here running of the clock is 72. The total of it is 2160. That's the moon. That's the moon in kilometers. When you base it, kilometers, 11, 12, 13. LMN. LMN is saying she is taking them over to the house of P. The house of Pi, Phi, Psi, Phi, Wi-Fi. Hi. How is everybody? Raphael. Ask me another question. Let my head go. Thank you for watching.